Hello guys, welcome to our Cheaper Hindi channel. Today's story is a very interesting. Watch full video.
Where sometimes the deadliest wars create the most impossible bonds. The blood forest of Varix 9 killed almost everything that entered it. Animals died screaming within minutes from the toxic spores. Rivers carried acidic red water capable of stripping skin from bone. Even armored military patrols avoided traveling too deep beneath its crimson trees, which meant when the royal dropship crashed there during battle, everyone assumed Queen Lysara was already dead. Honestly, that assumption made sense. The war above Varix 9 had become a disaster. Royal fleets burned across orbit while enemy destroyers tore through defensive formations. Explosions lit the skies like artificial suns. And somewhere inside the chaos, the Queen's command vessel disappeared. No distress signal survived. No escape beacon activated. Nothing. By morning, half the galaxy already believed the War Queen of House Valoran died with her ship. Except she hadn't. Barely. Queen Lysara woke alone inside twisted metal wreckage beneath giant crimson trees dripping poisonous sap into red mist below. Pain hit immediately. Broken armor. Burned shoulder. Blood running down one side of her face. The dropship crashed hard enough to kill almost everyone aboard. Almost. Emergency alarms blinked weakly around her while the blood forest breathed outside like something alive. Strange sounds echoed through the trees. Growls. Movement. Things hunting. Lysara forced herself upright slowly. The air itself tasted wrong. Toxic. Heavy. And worse than the pain, she was alone. No royal guard. No army. No fleet. Only silence and the distant thunder of war above the clouds. The Queen activated her emergency communicator. Nothing. Dead. Of course. Then something moved beyond the wreckage. Lysara immediately grabbed a plasma sidearm from a dead officer beside her. A figure stepped through the red mist slowly. Human. Tall. Wearing weathered scout armor covered in dirt and old blood. A long rifle rested across his back while survival gear hung from every belt strap. Not military standard. Independent. The human stopped upon seeing her conscious. Then muttered quietly, "Well, that complicates things." Queen Lysara aimed the pistol instantly. "Identify yourself." The man looked unimpressed. "Name's Elias Kane. You are not part of my forces." "Nope." "Then why are you here?" Elias glanced toward the forest around them. "Trying very hard not to die." Fair answer. The Queen studied him carefully. Human scouts had dangerous reputations across frontier systems. Survivors, trackers, people willing to cross worlds normal soldiers avoided. Still, she didn't lower the weapon. "You will assist me returning to my fleet." Elias actually laughed slightly. "Lady, your fleet's currently exploding in orbit." That silence afterward felt colder than the forest air. The Queen's expression hardened immediately. "You will speak carefully. And you'll die carefully if we stay here much longer." Before she could respond, something screamed deep in the trees. Not human. Not animal. Something worse. Elias's face changed instantly. "Move." The Queen hesitated only briefly before following him away from the crash site. 30 seconds later, the wreckage behind them exploded beneath enormous clawed creatures crashing through the crimson fog. Forest predators. Huge. Fast. Blind but hypersensitive to movement and blood. Lysara fired instinctively. Elias grabbed her arm hard. "Don't waste ammo." The scout pulled her through thick roots and toxic vines while monstrous shapes hunted behind them through the mist. The blood forest moved strangely, almost alive. Red spores drifted constantly through the air while giant trees blocked most natural light beneath twisted branches. Every sound echoed wrong. Every shadow looked dangerous. After nearly an hour of brutal movement through poisonous terrain, Elias finally stopped near a collapsed stone ridge partially hidden beneath crimson vines. Temporary shelter. The Queen leaned heavily against the rock wall, breathing hard. The scout checked the forest carefully before speaking again. "You're injured. I noticed. That shoulder needs treatment." I said I noticed. Honestly, royalty really hated sounding weak. Elias opened a weatherproof medical kit calmly. "Good news. I doubt that. You're not dying yet. That is not encouraging. It's the best I've got." Despite herself, the queen almost smiled. Almost. Elias cleaned the wound carefully while red rain dripped outside the stone shelter. Lasara watched him closely the entire time. "You recognized me immediately. Hard not to. Whole galaxy knows your face. And yet you did not bow." The scout tied the bandage tighter. "Hard to bow while running from forest monsters." Fair point again. For several moments silence settled between them. Then the queen finally asked the important question. "Why remain here at all?" Elias looked confused. "You were alone. You could have left me." The human sat quietly beside the shelter entrance, watching crimson fog move between distant trees. Then answered honestly, "Thought about it." Lasara stared. "But," he shrugged slightly, "you looked too stubborn to die alone." That answer stayed with her longer than expected. The journey through the blood forest became worse every hour. Enemy patrol hunters searched the region for surviving royal officers. Traitors inside Lasara's own military secretly transmitted false rescue signals, trying to lure her into traps. And beneath it all, the forest hunted constantly. Acid rain, poison spores, creatures moving silently beneath red water. Twice Elias saved the queen from hidden predator nests. Once Lasara killed enemy bounty hunters moments before they shot the scout in the back. Slowly, trust formed between them. Not easily, not comfortably, but genuinely. One night they rested inside the hollow remains of a giant dead tree, while distant warships burned across the sky above the forest canopy. Lasara watched Elias sharpen a combat knife quietly beside low emergency heat lamps. "You were military once." "Not a question." The scout didn't look up. "Long time ago. You hide it poorly." "Good." That answer surprised her. Finally, Elias sighed softly. "People expecting violence from you makes life simpler." The queen studied him carefully. "You speak like someone tired." A long silence followed. Then, for the first time, Elias answered truthfully. "Spent too many years watching rulers send people to die." Lasara looked away slightly after that, because she heard the accusation beneath his words. And deep down, she couldn't fully deny it. The next morning, betrayal finally found them. Royal hunters wearing the queen's own insignia surrounded their position deep inside the forest ruins. Traitors, led by Commander Valor, one of Lasara's highest generals. The man bowed mockingly upon seeing her. "Your Majesty." The queen's face turned cold instantly. "You sold the fleet." Valor smiled. "The Empire requires stronger leadership." Elias quietly chambered rifle rounds beside her. "Outnumbered." Again, the traitor glanced toward the human scout dismissively. "You trust a mercenary over your own command?" Lasara slowly drew her blade. "This human crossed the blood forest beside me." Her eyes hardened like steel. "You betrayed me from orbit." That answer ended negotiations. The battle through the forest ruins became brutal. Enemy soldiers fired plasma rounds through crimson fog while predators screamed nearby, attracted by blood and movement. Elias fought like someone born inside war. Fast, precise, merciless when necessary. Meanwhile, Queen Lasara moved beside him instead of behind him. Not ruler and servant anymore. Partners surviving together. At one point, Elias took a blade across the ribs, protecting her from sniper fire. The queen killed the attacker instantly afterward with terrifying fury. Later, while treating the wound beneath ruined stone arches, Lasara's hands shook slightly. "You nearly died." Elias winced while tightening the bandage. "Occupational hazard. You should have let me handle him." "You're welcome, by the way." The queen looked away briefly, then softly whispered, "I did not ask you to protect me." The scout met her eyes calmly. "I know." That somehow mattered more. The final escape from the Blood Forest came 3 days later when surviving Loyalist forces finally located them near the northern extraction cliffs. Royal gunships descended through crimson clouds, while enemy traders retreated deeper into the wilderness. Soldiers rushed forward immediately upon seeing the Queen alive. Many dropped to one knee in shock, because to the galaxy, Lysara had already become a martyr. Now she stood alive beside one exhausted human scout covered in blood, mud, and forest ash. The royal commander approached carefully. "Your Majesty, we believed you lost." Lysara looked toward Elias standing quietly near the cliffs. "So did I." The soldiers prepared immediate evacuation. Medical teams surrounded the Queen instantly, but before boarding the gunship, Lysara stopped, then turned back toward the human scout. "You are coming with us." Elias blinked. "That sounds dangerous." "It is an order." The scout looked toward the burning red forest behind them, then back toward the Queen who survived hell beside him. Honestly, walking away suddenly felt harder than expected. Later, long after the war ended, stories spread across the empire about the impossible survival of Queen Lysara inside the Blood Forest. Some called it luck, others called it destiny, but those who truly knew the story understood something different. Inside a forest where everything wanted them dead, a queen learned to trust a man who never bowed to her, and a lonely human scout discovered someone worth fearing death for.
Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to Aslu Cheaper Hindi channel for more videos.